With the arrival of spring, people are starting to clean out their closets and refresh their wardrobes. But rather than buying new, many people are considering more sustainable options, like secondhand clothing. When students interested in acting come to Emerson, they get the opportunity to perform on stage here, and on sound stages here, to end up in television shows and movies here. But finding auditions hasn't always been so easy. Spring has arrived in the public garden and people are out enjoying the ducks. What is it they say about New England weather again? Oh yeah, if you don't like it, just wait a few minutes. Judging by what little snow remains on the ground, it's safe to say that this winter has been a little unpredictable. Boston typically gets around 49 inches of snow each year, but so far the city has only seen a little more than a foot.
The lack of snow, like early in the season, kind of limited the skiing I was able to do. Like we went to a ski resort up in Vermont, and it only had 2 of the runs open.
The city has also experienced extreme fluctuations in temperature. The weekend of February 3rd saw dangerously cold temperatures, at one point dipping down to -10 degrees. Within less than 2 days, the temperature jumped back up to the 50s. While the cold snaps are a result of Arctic air coming down from the North Pole, Professor of Meteorology at Emerson College, Sean Bratton, said the mild winter is a result of a La Nina weather pattern.
Typically, the signal over the continental U.S. when we're in La Nina is a warmer signal actually over the eastern third or eastern half of the country.
The mild winter weather has certainly left some people disappointed.
I wish it snowed a little bit more. It was more like a short season rather than just drawn out like it has been.
With any luck, that wish may just come true. Bratton said that this March is showing an unusually active storm track.
Does that mean that we're definitely going to get a big, 1 or 2 foot snow event? No, I can't predict that, but I would say the likelihood compared to other years is a little bit higher.
That means you shouldn't put away those parkas and snow boots just yet. Reporting in Boston for WEBJ News, I'm Kendall Claar. Welcome back to WEBJ News.
Emerson women's soccer just pulled off a huge win.
That's right, and I had a chance to catch up with some of the team and their coach.
I tell a lot of my old teammates, I'm like, I swear to God, like we do not play like a D3 school.
Emerson may not be known as a sports school, but don't count its teams out as the underdogs. Last month, the women's soccer team was crowned the NUMAC Conference champions, beating Clark University 1-0 for the program's very first league title. It seems like there was little doubt that the team would go as far as it did.
I had no doubt, especially in the summer. Like I told my mom, like, we're going to win the conference. There was no doubt in my mind. It was more of, we just had to work hard so we can do it, but the capability, we had it.
They ultimately had 2 goals for the season.
I asked them to put 2 goals that they would have as a group down in the chat on the Zoom, and they consistently came out with number 1 was to beat MIT for the first time in program history, and number 2 was to keep the strong culture of the team that we had from the year before.
The coaching staff worked hard this season to help the players learn how to make the problem-solving decisions needed to win the game while on the field. With this empowerment, the team was able to go all the way. Following the championship game, emotions were running high.
Oh, I cried. I was crying, definitely. And it was more of relief, too. I think there's so many situations in life where you're like, oh, I almost had it, or you're like, I should have had this.
I'm not a very emotionally expressive person in the field and all of that. I'll save it for later. But I literally was crying. I was so happy and not only happy that I scored, but I was so happy for the team.
Going forward, the team knows they will have to work just as hard or even harder to retain their title.
We are the one with the target on our back, and everybody's chasing us now. And so we will have to prove that we are good enough to be in the top.
But for the time being, there's much to celebrate in the off-season. The women's soccer coaching staff was named both NUMAC and USC Division III Region II Coaching Staff of the Year, while several members of the team were named to both NUMAC and Region II All-Conference teams. The players hope that their success will help change Emerson's non-sports reputation.
I think this at least showed to the student body that's we're serious about sports and we're good at it, and it's an asset to the school.
All that's left to say is, let's go Lions.